Assalamu alaikum. Today, brothers and sisters, I will talk about the journey of Imam Hussein to Karbala. After he left his home in Mecca, there were 14 places where the Imam stayed, met people, or gave sermons. Before he left a letter with his brother which explained his position. It said, "I have not come out to stir emotions or to play with oppression. I want to bring the Ummah back to the path of Amr bil Maruf and Nahy anil Munkar. I want to lead them to the path of my grandfather and my father Ali." His first stop was Safa. Here the Imam was warned by a poet of the conditions in Kufa. The poet said, "People's hearts are with you, but their swords are against you." Imam replied, "Allah does what he wishes. I leave it to him who proposes the just cause." The second stop, That Irq, Abdullah ibn Jafar brought his sons, On and Muhammad, to their mother Zainab. The third stop, Batne Rumah, Imam was again warned that Kufans were not faithful and they were not trustworthy, but the Imam continued. The fourth stop was Zurud, and the fifth stop was Zabala, where Imam learned from tribesmen of the death of Muslim bin Aqil and Hani. Imam said, "Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, indallah nahtasib anfusana." We are for Allah and we shall return to him, who surely accounts for our sacrifices. He was again dissuaded from his journey, but Imam persisted. The Imam told his troops of the deaths and said, "Those who want to depart, leave now." Many tribesmen who had only followed the Imam of the hopes of getting the war treasures went back to their homes. Now only 50 people remained. At Batni Aqid, Imam met another tribesman who said that Yazid's army surrounded Kufa. It was no longer a friendly city, and that no one could enter or leave. At the seventh stop, Surat, Imam told his companions to get as much water as they could. At the eighth stop, Sharaf, Imam's companion yelled that there was an army approaching, so then his army took safe place in a mountain. At the ninth stop, Zuhasam, Imam met Hur's army of 1,000 men. They were thirsty, so Imam ordered his men to give them water. Imam himself helped soldiers drink and even gave the animals water. Here, Imam Hussein told Hur about many letters from Kufa. He said, "O people of Kufa, you sent me your delegations and you wrote me letters that you had no Imam, and that I should come to unite you and lead you in the way of Allah. You wrote that we Ahlul Bayt are more qualified to govern your affairs than those who claim things to which they have no right and act unjust and wrong. But if you have changed your mind and have become ignorant of our rights and have forgotten your promises, I shall turn back." But he was denied to turn back by Hur's army and was led to bypass Kufa. The 10th stop was Baiza. Imam reached Baiza the next day and delivered one of his most famous sermons. "O people, the Prophet has said that if a man sees a tyrannical ruler against Allah and the Prophet and oppressing people, but does nothing by word or action to change the situation, then Allah will place him where he belongs. Do you not see to what low level the affairs have come down? Do you not observe that truth has not adhered to and falsehood has no limit? And as for me, I look upon death as but a means of attaining martyrdom, and I consider life among transgressors as nothing but agony and infliction." The 11th stop was Uzaybul Hajanat. Here Imam met Turma bin Adi. Even though it was clear that the Imam had no chance of survival after the Kufans had abandoned his army, he refused any offers of safety. Turma offered him 20,000 trained tribesmen, but Imam said, "Allah bless you and your people, but I cannot go from my word. Things are destined." It is clear from Imam Hussein's reply that he was aware of the dangers he would face, and that he had a certain strategy in mind to bring about a revolution in the conscience of the Muslim Ummah. He did not try to gather military support, which he could have so easily done, nor did he try to exploit whatever physical strength that was available to him. The 12th stop was Qasr bin Maqatil. The 13th stop was Nainawa, where a messenger of Ibn Zayd brought a message for her to not leave the Imam. The caravan passed through Ghazariya to a place called Karbala. Imam sighed and then asked for the name of the place. Someone said, "Karbala." Imam said, "Yes, This is the place of Garbin Wabala, a place of pain and torture. Let us stop here, for we have arrived at our destination. This is the place of our martyrdom, the place where we are going to return to Allah. This is Karbala. So the last and final stop of Imam's journey was Karbala. On the orders of the Imam, the tents were put near the river. The date was 2nd Muharram. A revolutionary martyrdom was going to take place soon that would be remembered forever in the hearts of Muslims everywhere.